رسول الله وآله وصحبه ومن والاه. My dear brothers and sisters, as Allah Azza wa Jalla says, وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَى تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Remind, for reminders are useful to those who have faith. May Allah help us be of those who have that faith and listen to the words of admonition, internalize them, actualize them, and follow the best of them. Of what we recited, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قُلْ إِن تُخْفُوا مَا فِي صُدُورِكُمْ أَوْ تُبْدُوهُ يَعْلَمُهُ اللَّهُ وَيَعْلَمُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَاللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Allah addresses Rasul as to him, say to them, to mankind, to the believing man and women, to you and to me, which means if you hide that which is inside of you, or if you expose it and show it, Allah Azza wa Jal knows it, and knows that which is in the heavens and the earth. And Allah has power over all things. What we hide, what we harbor inside of our minds, inside of our hearts, inside of ourselves, of good or bad, now, in the past or in the future, about the past, about the present, or about the future, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows it full well. What we harbor is no more different to Allah Azza wa Jal than what we show outside. It is not, Allah is not, again, as you know, my dear brothers and sisters, God is not subject to the way we are subject to space and to time and to matter, because all of that is His creation, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there is no such a thing for Him as past and present and future. And He's not subject to that stream of time, to that flow of time. He created that, subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's not subject to distance. There is nothing closer or more distant than another thing for Him, subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's no such a thing. For us, there is something nearer and something distant. There is no such a thing. Everything is the same. Every time is the same. There is nothing in the past for Him, or in the present, or in the future. All of that He created Azza wa Jal. And so He knows, subhanahu wa ta'ala, things before they be. He knows things before they be. Now in science, people scientifically speculate. I have to add speculate. Scientifically speculate, at least in theory, in the math, it is there that if something is subjected to a velocity greater than the speed of light, or subject to a gravitational field that is very, very strong, like that of a black hole, then time will be different. Then one would express or would experience his own future. This is scientific theory and speculation. But at least it's what we call plausibility argument for us to understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not subject like us to this time, present and past and future. Allah Azza wa Jal knows things before they be, because there is nothing for Him as something in the future or something in the past. Nothing. And that's what we harbor inside of us, what we hide inside of us, of good or evil, now, in the past, or in the future. Allah Azza wa Jal knows all of that before it be even. And He says, and therefore do know, وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. And yes, over all things. So don't think that He doesn't get to you. Don't think that He doesn't get to me. Don't think that there is a way to escape that. Don't think also, depending on your condition internally, of what you harbor, not necessarily of evil and good, maybe of pain, of sadness, or of hope and wish and desire. Allah Azza wa Jal knows all of that, and He has the power to change all of that if He wills. And to take you away, to take us away from pain and suffering and agony and despair and constriction into delight and ease. وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. So don't live your lives and don't attempt to live our lives as though He doesn't exist, as though we're alone in this universe, as though we have power and control over everything, and we have none of that. وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. قل إن تخفوا ما في صدوركم أو تبدوه يعلم الله ويعلم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض والله على كل شيء قدير. And then يوم تجد كل نفس ما عملت من خير محضرة وما عملت من سوء تود لو أن بينها وبينه أمدا بعيدا ويحذركم الله نفسه. Then Allah ما شاء الله. MashaAllah. Couldn't you wait a little bit till we finish? Inshallah, I will give it to you later, inshallah. So where was I? يوم تجد كل نفس ما عملت من خير محضرة. And therefore Allah Azza wa Jal tells us, regardless of what we harbor inside, on the day of judgment, Yawma, on the day when every soul shall find that which it did of good present, and it will be there. It will not be denying that. It will be there. What we harbored of goodness, or what we showed of goodness, we will find it in front of us. Walhamdulillah. Muhdara, made ready for it. Made ready for us, present and made ready to benefit from for us. وَمَا عَمِلَتْ مِنْ سُوءٍ. Now, and what we do of evil, what we harbor of evil, or what we show of evil, تَوَدُّ لَوْ أَنَّ بَيْنَهَا وَبَيْنَهُ أَمَدًا بَعِيدًا. Then that soul would wish that there was an unpenetrable distance between itself, himself or herself, and what we did of evil that we would not want to see. But we will. And we would wish we had never done that in this dunya. We had never harbored evil, had never done evil. Would wish there was an unreachable, unclosed distance between that and ourselves. وَأَنْ لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى وَأَنَّ سَعْيَهُ سَوْفَ يُرَى. Every human being shall earn only that which he or she did. And we will be made to see that, my dear brothers and sisters. Our lives, we need to live them, especially as adult men and women, and as Muslim men and women, and as men and women of Islam who wish the encounter with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We must make ourselves aware of these things. Men and women in house life, in family life, in work life, in masjid life, in ease life, in playing, in being happy, in being sad, under all circumstances. We must not allow ourselves to forget these things. This haqiqat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We must not do that, my dear brothers and sisters. May Allah Azza wa Jal help us all, inshallah. That ayah is in Surah Ali Imran. Surah Ali Imran, the beginning of Surah Ali Imran. If you go in Ali Imran, about 3 to 4